All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we're going to be diving deep into the NFT gaming industry as I'm joined by one of, I would say, the leading information source, GameFi indexes, and all-around Web3 gaming ecosystems today in Spintop with their Gamepedia, their Guildmaker, their Launchpad. There's so much going on under the hood with Spintop. I'm joined by a special guest today. We'll get into all things top to bottom within the ecosystem. We'll talk about the NFT gaming industry, where we see it going in the future, and exactly where Spintop's going to fall in that future. So without further ado, let's get in the game.
T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If you ain't here to hustle, why is you here? But if you here to hustle, the moon is near. It's crypto Banter, not financial advice. If you don't listen, what's the cost, what's the price? This ain't a game, put you on game. I know he gon' play, but ain't a percent. If you ain't here to hustle, why is you here? But if you here to hustle, the moon is near. It's crypto Banter, not financial advice. If you don't listen, what's the cost, what's the price? This ain't a game, put you on game. I know he gon' play, but ain't here to play. If you get lost, show you the way.
All right, and let's dive right into it. Be sure to drop down and hit the like button if you enjoy the video and if you're bullish on the future of NFT gaming and Spintop, as well as subscribe to the channel for daily shows here on Crypto Banter every single day. And be sure to remember, this show is sponsored by Spintop, the official game index, game platform, and ecosystem of the In the Game show. And I'm blessed and honored to be joined by Serhan from Spintop today. How are you today?
The honor is mine. Russell, thank you so much. Yeah, we're doing great. We were very excited for this talk, actually. Thanks for having us for the second time.
Yeah, of course. And, it's the second time having you guys on, and I'm super stoked to be able to kind of go through the updates on the platform, kind of rethink where the market is. I think we spoke in April. The market's in a lot different place now than even back in April. So it's going to be awesome to just catch up.
The market changes, the technology changes, everything is constantly changing. So yeah, it's thanks for having us once again.
Definitely. For those who didn't catch the first interview, might not be familiar with yourself or Spintop, if you kind of want to give a brief introduction to yourself, how you got into the NFT gaming industry, and then if you want to introduce Spintop in your own words.
Of course. For myself, I've been a serial entrepreneur for the last, give or take, 15 to 20 years. Have been developing like different platforms, different tools, like all digital throughout all these years. And before that, actually, I've been a fierce gamer, like still am actually like given hours and hours of time to gaming. So also like since 2013, I think we've been following blockchain. Some of our team members have entered Bitcoin at around $30 actually with the price. Yeah, so we've been in the space. We're crazy with gaming. We're good at creating platforms. So all of them combined, we jumped into the space actually and created Spintop.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And then Spintop in your own words, because there's so many facets to the ecosystem, in my opinion. So in your own words, how would you describe Spintop?
Yeah, Spintop is a blockchain gaming hub that introduces the games with the players and giving tools to players to utilize their blockchain gaming experience, actually. So I would say mainly an aggregator, a traffic source for projects, and different integrated tools to get this experience to the highest level possible. Like this is the vision that we're working at.
Amazing. And so for me, when I look at the Gamepedia, for example, it's like the IGN of blockchain gaming. It's the one place you can look up any given game and you can see consumer reviews. You can see the official write-up and the official article like describing the game. And then you can also see like where to find the game, what chain it's on. It's got all the details of each game really well listed and in one place. And I think in crypto, everyone has trouble with information sources, right? So I think The Gamepedia side of things makes things super straightforward for someone to come in and just be able to absorb information on the games that they're looking for. So what was that approach like? Did y'all kind of see a void in the market? We'll go layer by layer on the platform because Spintop does have multiple things, going on within the ecosystem. But with the Gamepedia specifically, is that something that you guys saw? There's so much information here. You had to go to this website, that website, but there was never one site that just has all the games, all the info right at your fingertips.
Yeah, blockchain is decentralized by the nature. So naturally, like all the games scattered around, like there is here what's different, like many differences, but one of the differences is people don't really need publishers anymore here, because what they do is they do their own fundraise. They can reach like messes up to a point, because actually publishers' job is to give them all these reach. So we found that the whole thing was very scattered. Like it's really hard to find what you're looking for. So this is where the Gamepedia came from, and we see Gamepedia as the start of the user journey in our platform. Like it's where we start the whole funnel. So here on Gamepedia, we give out information about the games. We publish gaming guides to teach people how to get on board, and we basically teach the people who push the games forward and supply traffic to them. This is the main goal of the Gamepedia.
Yeah, it's a really good spot to discover new games. I mean, there's a lot of games here that even myself, someone who I would consider myself very privy to the industry, right? There's games on here that I stumble across and I'm like, I've never seen that one before. Let me take a look at it and see if this is something that, might be worth, covering or taking a deeper dive into, right? And the Gamepedia gives you all that at your fingertips. So I think it's a really good source, kind of like the Wikipedia and the IGN of crypto gaming all in one. And I love there's like tokenomics you can access through Gamepedia. Like all access that you need to know about an ecosystem is right here inside of the Gamepedia. So I think that's fantastic. And, obviously with supporting this many games, you guys obviously are banking on the adoption of NFT gaming in the future as a widespread industry. A lot of things have happened since April, since we last spoke. Investments in the industry, Epic Games really stepping up their side of things, Steam starting to kind of turn around, maybe accept NFT games. Where do you see this industry going from here, from the stance where we're at now? Do you think that NFT gaming is going to eventually become like a staple in the gaming industry? Or do you think we're going to forever be just like one little segment of the overall gaming market?
Yeah, also, firstly, we have to understand that this is a technology. This is a new technology, just like when Web 2 came. So, so far there has been a lot of games, a lot of opportunities in the space. It's an emerging market. It's only natural. So, what I believe is people who are more into Web 2 gaming, like almost all the population, somehow saw all these games that are launched, and they have this barrier towards Web3 gaming at the moment. But I mean, as I said, it's a technology. You cannot be mad at the technology. Be mad at the projects that couldn't do it right. I mean, we needed those projects that couldn't do it right. They are the pioneers to see what they did wrong and how it could be better done. So what I'm seeing is and I'm talking to a lot of because of the nature of my profession, I'm talking to so many different games in space, like 3-4 games every day, checking what they're doing, their tokenomics and everything. I really believe it's getting there. The mass adoption is coming. I mean, I find that is inevitable, because this technology actually gives you some different utilities throughout your gaming experience. Like what happens is, for example, myself is a big Diablo fan. I've had thousands of hours spent, let's say, throughout the game. But now with this technology, what I grinded there, I actually own them. Like what I gave my hours to it, I actually own them. And when some point comes when I'm bored of it, maybe playing, or for any other reason, now I own all those items that I grinded. So what I can do is I can even use it as a profile picture. I can use it to give it out to other people to play. I can sell it. There are operation between different projects. I can carry it to different mediums. So it actually gives a lot of different, opportunities to the gamer. So I would say, why not? I really believe we're going there. Like, this is going to be the whole. I mean, when you think about it, back in the day when we were going to internet cafes with friends, LAN computers connected everywhere. First, when the dial-up modem came, I believe it was Dota, Defense of the Ancients. When I started playing it at home, I'm like, okay, this is not what I'm looking for. Why would I want to play it when I'm, enjoying it with my friends next to each other? I put a barrier myself for this new technology of the online gaming. Well, here we are. Last time, I don't know when I've been to an internet cafe. So
yeah, it's like you said too at the very beginning of this. Right now, we're just like the crazy people who see this emerging and think it's going to happen. But I would almost be willing to, and I've said it on the show before, I will guarantee personally that Fortnite within the next couple of years releases one NFT pack, a skin that is an NFT. And once it flies off the shelves, I will guarantee you, when they see that secondary volume, people who didn't get it, when it's a limited supply, people's eyes are going to open up so much. And I can't wait for that day. And I'm willing to bet money on that occurring in the next couple of years. That's my conviction. But right now, we are just that little group of crazy people that are, got our picket signs and our torches. Like, this is coming, disruption. But yeah, it should be good.
I'll chip in your bet.
Yeah, I like it. And let's talk about the next one of the most exciting pillars of the ecosystem that I know it's pretty fresh as well, and that's the Guildmaker platform. So talk us through what is the Guildmaker platform for someone who's not familiar, and what kind of tools does it enable for the user?
Okay, so when we start talking about Guildmaker, I have to talk about the different perspective that we're approaching the subject. Well, there is the NFT owner perspective and the gamer perspective. Like, to wrap it up a little bit, we gotta give a little bit back information about gaming guilds at the moment. What happens is a centralized entity goes and buys a lot of different NFTs from different games. They add them here, so they collect CVs from other players, which are called the scholars, to choose the right people. So they give out their passwords, the key phrases, like they exchange the passwords so they can play. And what happens is there is someone in the center that is like, how much did you make today? Okay, give this much money to that person. Like, this is not gaming in our perspective. This is job, to be honest. And this is also damaging the whole industry also. Like, because this is one of the main anger of the Web2 gamers. Like, this has to be fun. This has to be a game. Like, it's not grinding for money. In our point of view, this was too centralized and too cannibalistic for the new projects coming up. Just for being grinders, not for the fun. Because for these games, especially when they have tokens and stuff, for these games to survive, people has to also contribute to this economics, to tokenomics, let's say. It has to be immersive. They have to feel like a part of the game, the part of the community. So they also add values. The value can be buying the skins, or it can be the actions that you do within the ecosystem. It can be marketing-wise, whatever you can think of. So in the end, like, we wanted to create this decentralized guild structure, let's say, which takes the power and gives it to the gamers, actually. So what we do here differently is, from the NFT owner's perspective, we offer this like a marketplace. What they can do here is, the NFT owners, they can come, they can buy, sell NFTs as usual, like with the other NFT marketplace. But what's different is, while they're listing it, or even if they're not listing the NFT, they can put it to the guild walls, so the gaming NFT can be used by anyone who is eligible here. and by eligible, it's about the performance of the players. So, like, and also once they stake these NFTs within that pool, from the scholars' perspective, they gather around and form alliances. Not the NFT owners, so not about the money. It's more about, like, players gathering, doing missions together, having tournaments between each other. Like, we like to call it alliances rather than guilds. So, okay, we wanted to change this whole guild perspective and give the power to players, actually. This is what we are trying to create here. So what happens, I have an NFT that I've played and I'm bored, let's say. So what I can do here is I can come, wrap this NFT, turn it landable permissionlessly. And those alliances of the scholars that I was mentioning, they can pull these without any trust issue, without any permission, and play with those all together, like in a way of alliance, like just like the guilds and those clans in Web2 gaming, actually. So to wrap it up, this is a NFT gaming protocol that helps people share their NFTs and play together, actually.
I think it's incredible, and I think it does kind of bring a new type of decentralized aspect to a very centralized part of Web3 gaming, which is the guilds. And I saw it firsthand participating in some of the I would say Generation 1 crypto games, which were very rent this out. Someone will use it. You get a revenue share. They get a revenue share. Everyone's happy. It was like this. But like that model was not sustainable, and it was very extractionary because it was the people who couldn't potentially. A lot of what it comes down to is the people who were priced out of the assets get squeezed out of their own time, and then also get a sliver of the profits on the upside of those assets. Is really what it is the amount of time that they're putting in versus the lack of reward. And it was a job, those first games. So I completely agree. So for a user, how would they get involved in the Guildmaker, right? Do they need gaming NFTs? What would be the way that a user could get involved in this?
No, actually, they don't need to have any NFTs. What they do is once you get into the system, it asks you to join some pre-made clans, let's say. Just like, for example, the Supercell games. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
So it gives you a list of the clans, the alliances that you can join, and you just join them. So these clans have access to NFT owners' wrapped NFTs that are landable. And as a player, you go join these alliances. You see the NFTs that you can play with. You just pick it up. Start playing with it, pick multiple NFTs if needed, start playing with it, and whatever the gains are, it can be an NFT, it can be an in-game token, it can be an exchangeable crypto. Whatever these assets are, once you're done, it just it gives portions to the owner, the clan, and yourself.
Got it. Okay, so that would be the player side, right? So what if someone wants to maybe lend some NFTs? How would they maybe go about starting a guild or approaching a guild to provide assets? Is that something they could do as well?
Yeah, this is the difference that we're making, actually, one of the differences. Here, the guilds are not created by the NFT owners. As I said, we want the gamers together and create these.
Love it.
So as an NFT owner, you go to the system, you see like a marketplace here. As I said, you wrap your NFT, you turn it landable, and then you just give it out to a floating space of NFTs, let's say. So whoever wants to play just can pull it out from the common pool. But what we do here is this gives you a chance to manage your assets as well, because there's an MMR system within the whole platform. We monitor the earnings of these NFTs, and we monitor the gamers that play with these NFTs. And depending on the earnings being higher than the moving average, they start their MMR goes up. If they earn less than the moving average, their MMR goes down. So the NFT owner has the chance here to set up a minimum MMR requirement.
Makes sense.
Let's say I want these players that has minimum this kind of MMR to take this permissionlessly. And then you just let it go and people start playing with it. If you set the MMR score too high that people won't play, it's a free market. Then you have to lower it and you're going to figure that out. So, yeah.
Okay.
We basically give it to free market conditions. So you wrap your NFT, let it go. Whoever is eligible are going to take it and play it.
I like it. And this is in waitlist right now, right? So anyone who wants to participate in this, they can go ahead and join the waitlist if they want to potentially be a part of this. That is open at this moment.
Yes, please do.
Awesome. And that link is in our description if you want to learn more about the Guildmaker platform. And then obviously with the Launchpad, things in the market definitely slowing down the amount of launches that we saw maybe last year at this time period. Obviously, the Launchpad is going to provide a lot of projects more exposure, like you said, long term to a potential very gaming niched audience. Nobody knows when the conditions of the market are going to turn around, but any exciting launches, coming up? Obviously, there's vesting in progress here, but any exciting platforms that are coming up going to be launching on Spintop?
Yeah, we have deals with about 5 different projects right now, but they're also watching the market conditions, and I understand them. But I mean, when we integrated Launchpad here, our first goal wasn't, just launching projects for the instant ROIs, just create, like we tried to create funnels here, like a whole user experience. And to explain you what a user can do, like they get into the Gamepedia, they read about the games, learn about the games. They see if there are any launches coming up, so they can join these. But I mean, like right now, it's mostly investor point of view when they join the launch. But what we want is eventually when the mass adoption comes, we want people to join these launches. So it's just like a pre-sale of games, actually, because they want to play with it.
Yeah.
And what happens here is you can join the launch, whether it's an NFT launch or a token launch. If it's a token launch, when the vesting time comes, we open up their farms here. So it turns into an IFO, let's say. So rather than people dumping their vested token while waiting for the game launched, they can peg it with the spin they already have and expand their, let's say, area in the whole ecosystem. Or if it's an INO, let's say you join for NFT launches, what we want is these people are joining and getting these NFTs so they can play with it rather than, the price is going to hike and I'm going to sell it. This is not gaming.
Makes sense.
So yet again, when you join an INO, then you will have the chance to utilize this NFT even when you're not playing in the Guildmaker. Like you can just leave it there for people to play and it's going to level up for you also. So these are kind of the funnels that we're trying to create. And we found that the Launchpad is a really good entrance for this kind of a funnel.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like it a lot. The one thing about Spintop's platform is, no pun intended, it does put a spin on the way that these types of platforms, guilds, Launchpads have been done in the past, and I think it's fantastic. And guys, for the last few minutes of the show, if you have any questions you want to ask, regarding Spintop, NFT gaming, we'll answer any questions in the chat box over the next few minutes. Drop them in the live chat, and we will answer those as we get around to them. And then last but certainly not least, as far as some of the main offerings on the website, there's the staking. You can go ahead and pair up your LPs. You can go ahead and stake your Spintop token. But if I understand correctly, the Launchpad is tierless too, right? So the staking and the Launchpad system don't really, a lot of times they blend this together, talking about the spend you guys are putting on things. They blend, you have to stake X amount of tokens to be in this tier to get this much allocation. How is there any relation between staking and the Launchpad on the platform?
Yeah, there is actually. What there is there are no lockups or any tier system. Like it's about how much you contribute to the ecosystem's liquidity. That's the allocation that you get out of it, actually. So even if you put, let's say, $1 here, then it's still going to be giving you allocation, but the amount will be compared to the dollar that you put here. Yeah. So it's not about like if you have more or like come lock it up here. It's very free as gaming should be.
Yeah.
So this was the vision here when we didn't put
Got it. Okay.
any lockups or the tiers. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. We do have a question here. When is Spin going to be available on some bigger exchanges?
Yeah, we get this question a lot actually. Honestly, we've had the chance to. I mean, we have some fast track with some top tier exchanges. We've been in touch with them, but we didn't want to be listed just for being listed on a bigger exchange because, like again, with the market conditions and stuff, we want this to be impactful. That's why we've been keeping this as a trick up our sleeve for better times to come. It will definitely be open in different exchanges because this is needed for more exposure. But we won't be rushing in it and spending this opportunity of launching at a better market, or like we're trying to be more conservative with the funds that we have.
Makes sense.
Because I mean we're all working for a mass adoption here.
Yeah.
And this takes some time. So what's most important for us is to be there when that time comes with the right product. And this is the steps that we're taking. So I don't know if people know, but like listing in those central exchanges are like cost hundreds of thousands of dollars actually. Not that we don't have to have the means to pay that, but we rather be a bit more safe, keep those resources for better times, keep the runway as long as possible, and once that they come, use this as an opportunity to hike the prices and the interest.
Yeah, makes sense completely. And I think from the outside perspective, and I'm talking with so many projects and even knowing these exchanges, it's expensive to list on these exchanges. Sometimes they ask for percentage of token supplies from projects, guys. Like it's not all glitz and glamour whenever it comes to listing on these exchanges, and especially in this type of a market. There's almost no reason to, in this type of a climate, just continue to build quality product. And as you said, it's a trick up your sleeve that whenever you do want to get out on more exchanges and get the token out to more people, that will absolutely be there. But it's more taxing and more demanding than people might think to get listings taken care of in the space regardless. This is a funny question. I'll answer this because it's just to me. Hustle Miles says his couches are nicer than yours. Is this true? It might be true. You know, I'm in a pre-furnished Miami condo. I can't say that I chose my furniture mate. So yeah, he just might. Don't avoid the couch question. I didn't avoid the couch question. Don't worry. And then we have Mike. Can I hook up my neural net to play? I don't really know what that means. So
I think it's about. Is it about the what was Elon Musk's project?
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
because it's in the whole vision of the metaverses. You know that like those chips that you can put that can trick your brain to secrete different hormones, different enzymes. So you feel the experience in a different way. Like
that's the metaverse
it's
right
there. I don't know how many years, but things might get pretty crazy actually.
That is the metaverse right there.
It's a Neuralink, I think. Yeah.
I love this. It's already time veterans join the Web3 gaming space. Spintops offers the shortcuts. Much love. And we see here top shelf VR would be that neural net. Okay, much understood. So guys, we'll go a couple more minutes. If any more questions drop into the chat, feel free to leave them, and we'll leave the show off with a couple questions. But where can people get more info on Spintop? Where would you like to direct people? Follow the Twitter, go to the website. How can they get involved and get some more info on Spintop?
We're mainly using Twitter and Telegram right now for our channels.
Okay.
We have a Discord page which is going to be more active. I mean, there are about 50,000 members there, but like we were keeping Discord for once the tools are out and like more gaming communities interact with each other. But I would say for now, it would be Twitter, Telegram, and our Medium page as well. The link tree here that you're showing, that link would allow users to see anything that we're building, actually.
Got it. So hit the link tree in the bio, which is right here, and you'll be able to go ahead and get all the links to anything Spintop related. Someone says quick synopsis. So I'll let you take this. What would you say is the thing you're most excited for coming across in the Spintop ecosystem? And where do you see Spintop fitting into the future of the Web3 gaming ecosystem? I think that would be a great synopsis, just because it would probably summarize everything we talked about.
Definitely the Guildmaker. It's a very extremely complex product, but like we found the formula actually. Like it's one of the most complex smart contracts that I've came across, to be honest, especially in blockchain gaming. So we believe we're going to be making the biggest difference here. I believe this helps, like the whole platform helps people to enjoy these games frictionless. So, and also it's a pretty powerful, how can I say, like it's pretty powerful to say, you come here, you will be able to use whatever of these NFTs that you need, and you don't have to pay for it. You just go and play. So, like that's where like we want to be in the center of the gaming projects, the gamers and the investors actually.
The Web3 gaming hub.
Yes.
I love it.
Exactly.
Well, guys, I would be sure to drop a like on the video if you enjoyed the show, if you're bullish on Spintop and everything they're doing inside Web3 gaming and the industry in general, guys. If you agree with our sentiments on the industry, I would 100% hit the like button and subscribe for more in the game shows here every single week on Crypto Banter. Thank you so much for joining me and taking the time. I know it's Saturday over here, so always nice to have a nice conversation. Good Saturday morning show, and I think it was super valuable.
It was a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. Thank you
Absolutely.
so much.
Like the video, subscribe to the show down below, and I'll be back on Monday with another show, guys. As always, play well, my friends.
Mm-hmm.